faster, we know it's true. With a voice shouting and a mother blue. We live for the fight and the biggest scrap. In the storm of war, hear the orcs laugh. From the spores we rise, to the fight we go. With a bloodthirsty grin we strike the foe. War us leading with the mighty wow. In the fury of battle we claim the stars. Wow! On the horizon feel the fury rise. With axes swinging and firing eyes. For York and Lord we charge and brawl. In the chaos of battle or stand tall. In the dust and the debris we find our gleam. With a roar and a smash we bring victory. In the tales of the stars our legends spread. For we are the orcs in green and red.
Welcome to the world, welcome, I'm Sakrona. Today we're going to be painting some figurines, and today I'm not alone. Today I've got Tears of Asharaka. Can't hear me right now, but he's already currently painting. By the way, we've had a lot of technical difficulties up to this point, so I literally cannot connect this camera that you guys can't see him point to nothing. Cannot connect this camera to OBS while it's connected to Discord. So, fun. So you guys are going to see a really distorted looking picture, which I really hate to do to y'all, but fun. Hey, how's it going, Trap? All right, let me just undeafen real quick.
I can't hear him.
Can't hear who?
You! There he is. Hello, Mr. Sakrona. How is it?
It goes well. How about you, Zekthar?
I'm doing okay. What are you painting today?
I'm painting, as always, orcs.
Oh yeah, right. So what part of the process are you working on right now?
Right now I'm currently, well, this guy that I'm currently holding, I thought I was done with him. However, I'm thinking I'm gonna go back and fix his boots real quick. Other than that, it's mostly just adding some of the finer details to a lot of these orcs. Dry brushing some silver on the sluggas and some of the other metal parts. Maybe adding some rust to everything. Maybe dry brush the...
Working on... Go ahead.
I was thinking maybe dry brushing the squig, the hair squigs a little bit, so they pop out a little more.
You gonna be working on your orc war boss anytime soon?
I mean, I could start working on him. If you... Depends if that's what... You know what? I'll show him off. I don't think I showed him off. I might have. But
He's
here,
not really done.
I'm gonna show it off on... I'll show it off first off for Zekthar's screen. This is the war boss in question. And then for everyone else...
We could only get one camera to work for Sakrona. Sakrona's a big shot. He requires 2 cameras. I unfortunately only have 1. So
you work with what you got. All right.
Exactly.
That was me for the longest time. I also used a dinky little webcam when I first started out, so... Glad to see you paying your orkies. Well, thank you, Trap. Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying your dinner. I could start with the... I mean, it'd be easy to paint the armor. It's just essentially yellow. And really simple to do.
Well, the reason I was asking is because you're kind of working... Well, I mean, it can work. I mean, you're working on finishing stuff. I'm kind of working on base paints right now. So we can kind of show anyways how you do both.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll paint the yellow on my war boss real quick, since he's going to be a bad moon anyways, because he's based off of a character in the app. Tacticus. Yeah. But then I'm going to go back to trying to finish this guy up, who's really close, but not quite. Let me just get that and my assortment of paint. A very, very each box.
Nice.
Assault on Black Forge. I wonder if they do any of the other editions of Warhammer. Do they essentially just remake the Assault on Black Forge whenever they release a new edition?
I have no idea.
All right, cool deal.
Yeah, I have no idea. Also, anyways, I'm not just doing a couple of these termagants. I've also, they came with a Ripper Swarm.
Oh, fun.
Bug too. Yeah.
What's a Ripper Swarm look like, out of curiosity?
What's that?
I was just wondering what the Ripper Swarm looked like. I've never seen one on tabletop.
There's normally like 4 of them. They're like little bugs. They're about the size of a scarab.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
With a whole lot more teeth.
Okay, so it's essentially just one small figurine. Got it. I didn't know if it was like, you know.
Swarm. It's a swarm. Right. So as opposed to Krona, as you can see, anyways, my I always start anyways. My primer is normally I use a black. Now Krona likes to use white, which is perfectly fine.
Depends on whether you're wanting to
reason why he does that though is because, as opposed to me, I like more darker figures. So Krona is a happy person, so he likes them a little bit lighter.
I like them to pop out.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I forgot. I'll be right back.
I will say the Tyranids. Go ahead, man. I will say the Tyranids are interesting to me, anyways, because they don't have any. From everything that I've normally painted, anyways, there's normally some sort of like steel or something along those lines, and the Tyranids don't have any of that. They're all just straight up bioforms. So it's all claws, teeth, and their guns even, anyways, just look more like bionic than they do anything else. I'm going to leave the back of his head anyways, not putting this base on it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take actually a lighter red and use that. But anyway, this is also anyways, this is just kind of, I hate it anyways when you look on YouTube or something like that and they say, this is how you have to paint this. And it's like, really kind of no way to wrongly paint something. Other than, okay, I guess anyways, if Sakrona decided to paint his orcs
pink,
I don't know, orange instead of green, he'd kind of raise an eyebrow, but not necessarily a problem. And I actually used some orc on a back in the day when I used to do orcs. It was for fantasy, and I had a savage orc boar shaman, and I gave him a he had a big like cloak on his back, fur cloak, and I made it kind of like a tiger skin. So it was orange and black, which was pretty cool. But
what if he wants to paint his orcs rainbow colors? That orc would quickly die, very, very quickly. Consumed by the rest.
Yeah, probably. Like I said, it's paint scheming anyways for a lot of, like, for instance, most people don't paint Tyranids like this because most of the how-tos are all on, I believe anyways, it's Hive Fleet Leviathan.
So it's like the purple and pale ones, right?
Yeah, that's the purple pale one. And then Kraken almost looks the same, it's just a little bit darker. The one that was really different, honestly, was Behemoth. And one thing that I will say that I do like about the orcs in this as opposed to fantasy is because you have your different like factions, you can kind of go out of your way anyway. For instance, if you're making bad moon. You know, personally, I wouldn't go with bad moons. I'd probably go with freebooters or death skulls. I think because I like the whole blue woad aspect of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not a super fan of quite frankly, yellow. But which makes it kind of hard, anyways, to paint, you know, bad moons.
But yeah, if you're not a fan of the color, I can understand. I don't know, something about the color scheme for the bad moons just seems awesome to me. Like, normally I'm not the biggest fan of like yellow stuff either, but some reason, the bad runes just make it work. It does it for me.
Well, it kind of works for, you know, the orcs because they're, you know, kind of flashy anyways. So they believe in flashy gets, you know. So it kind of works for them. Well, you know what I'm saying. Let's see if I've actually picked anybody up on the channel. Nope.
This was the part I hate.
You're on Sakrona's channel. Heidi ho.
I did leave a link in the description below. I did at Tales of Asharaka. It does say Kojar Hellbringer on the bottom, but that's Tales of Asharaka, I promise. I promise I didn't just go, oh yeah, they're featuring this guy, and then send you to some random schmo.
So one thing though that I do notice that's a lot different anyways, the way that you paint than I do anyways, is that you put them all together before you paint them.
It's just because that's kind of the way I've seen it. Plus, that's kind of the way I did it to begin with. It's also along the lines of harder to glue together after they've been painted. I'm always just nervous that the glue's going to come apart.
Yeah. Depending on what it is, I will actually put them together.
That's fair.
Sometimes. Well, like for instance, the guy that you got there, I don't know if you glued the.
I haven't glued the grot on. I haven't glued the. Oh, I haven't glued his face on either. Face. Oh yeah, that's right. I could just. Can I? What?
Pop that out. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I was gonna glue it on, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna be able to paint that if." Stick it in there because his hand's so close.
How'd you get it in there in the first place? Like, good grief.
Very carefully.
Wait. Ah. Well, I'll make paint that easier. All right. Why does he have so many names? I don't know why he has so many names. Blame Google. Yeah, blame Google. Well, okay, the Zekthar part, that's because of the cast. The Vox cast.
Yeah. And Kojar is my email. There's another one in there?
Tales of Asharaka.
Oh, that's
at least 3. And normally for people who are wondering, normally I like to water my paints down a bit, but I'm currently using a paint that's meant for an airbrush, so it's already naturally a little thinner. So no.
Don't water that down, dude.
Like I said, that's why I said normally I like to. This is not one of those cases.
Super gnarly. They're the guys in Tacticus, anyways, that are with the Tyranids that are like little form dude. That are just
which one?
A pain.
Which ones?
The Ripper Swarms.
Oh, the Rippers. I hate the Ripper Swarms.
Yeah.
Oh, they die so easily, except for the fact that you have to hit them 5 times.
Yeah. There are a couple characters that apparently can really do a lot of damage on them. Bellator doesn't do very well on him. He does well with the Scarabs. The Scarabs he like one shots. So that's kind of nice. But
Hey, what's up there, Colin? How's it going?
that Ladder Boy?
He's Ladder Boy, yes. No, Ladder Bro. We call him Ladder Bro. We give him some respect. Not enough to stop calling him Ladder Bro, but...
Fair enough.
So, I don't know why I'm looking at a picture. I have the game right in front of me. I can just look up the character and spin him around if I need to.
Oh, hey, Trap. Hey. Glad you could make it onto the channel. No, a couple days ago you mentioned anyways that you can't stand cow. Why?
Space communists.
Not really space communist, but okay. The greater good, man.
Yeah, and if you don't follow the greater good, perish. You have to live by, which is like everyone else, but they try to justify it in a way that's just more annoying than the rest of them. Not only that, but on the tabletop, they're also a pain in the butt to deal with.
I mean, they're supposed to be. They're the only one that actually makes sense military-wise. You stopped carrying swords a long time ago.
I gotta leave a lurk.
No, I was just kind of wondering.
All right.
Personally, I like them just mainly because, well, one of the guys that one of the characters I really like is Farsight. He's the guy with the he's got like a giant demonic blade. But he doesn't know it's a demonic blade. He's pretty cool, actually. I mean, he also split off from the rest of the Tau Empire. Did his own thing.
Yeah, fair
now
enough.
runs the Farsight Enclaves.
I think the only people I hate more than the Tau lore-wise has to be the Drukhari.
Even Chaos?
I'd much rather deal with the Chaos, any of the, well, most of the Chaos Space Marines than Drukhari. Drukhari just kind of, sort of, messed up in the head. And that's saying a lot, considering the other Chaos factions. We could murder you, or we could torture you for all eternity and then turn you into a sofa.
Yep.
Will I be dead at that point and be released from my suffering? No.
No. Kind of the same goes though for anybody that worships chaos. Right?
Yeah, but not quite as much as the Drukhari. I mean, it's because of the friggin' Eldar that Slaanesh is even around in the first place. It's because of the taking pleasures in things that probably shouldn't have taken pleasure in the first place, and the suffering of others that caused it.
It was a little bit more than that. We can't blame the Drukhari for Slaanesh. It wasn't just them. At the time, technically, they were the Eldar. They were a whole. And then it was just the overall hedonism of everybody. But, I don't know. I will say the Drukhari do have some pretty cool figures, though.
They do.
One painting. Any of the shoot, what do they call them? They're like blade masters. They look pretty sick. And not only that, but I mean, Warhammer, you can take that as dark as you want to, quite frankly. I mean, there's stories, anyways, of orcs using humans as livestock.
You're talking about the beast, right?
I think that was when it was mentioned, and yeah.
Which doesn't feel very orky, but okay.
Well, that's the thing is that, I mean, they just... I can't remember when it was, but I remember when I was playing fantasy, they had just kind of switched over to, like, we want to make this significantly darker. They tried making the orcs darker, and it just kind of... I kind of appreciated some of it, but in other aspects of it, it's like, they're supposed to be kind of goofy.
You can have them be scary and goofy at the same time.
I don't know.
Not scary in the sense of like super intimidating in the sense of like, you know, the beast, but scary as in like, oh my, well, again, I guess the best example would be, what is it? The Brutal Cunning.
Yeah.
Or the Big Daka.
Well, okay, in that situation, I don't find the orcs scary at all.
No,
I mean,
you don't,
warlike.
but you're on the receiving end, they would be.
don't know if I don't know. I would find them as scary as, I guess, large humans that were coming to kill me. The aspect that they're trying to kill me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're just
but
green.
also this is the same race that everyone just takes for granted and is like, oh man, they're so stupid, they're trapped, and then all of a sudden they start raining from the sky on top of your ship. Or, oh, well, you know what, we figured out their teleporter, there's no way they're getting through, and they get through anyways and start slaughtering everything.
Yeah.
Especially when you label them as kind of the stupid race, and they're doing stupid stuff like this. It's like, I think that's what I really love, because most of the time when you read about orcs, if it's not the beast, it's usually from the perspective of everyone else, and it's just like, oh yeah, they're highly tenacious, but they're also idiots, so they're not too much of a problem. And then the Uthak series,
All the way up until you get slaughtered.
and then the Uthak series, yeah, and then the Uthak series is essentially they took that from the perspective of both sides, and they're like, they start off with the usual, yeah, these guys are idiots, they shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wait, how are they getting by all of our defenses? Hold on. They just killed our Titan with a car and a and a squig. Something's not right here.
That was cunning, right?
What was that?
That was brutal cunning, right?
That was brutal cunning. Drives what is it? A shock jump jacksta.
Well, the weird part about those books is that the orc that you follow anyways actually has plot armor, which is weird for an orc.
Yeah, usually plot armor goes against the orcs. You're just like, yeah, the orcs are just here to kind of hype up whatever character we're selling. Oh, well, great. Now I got the...
What happened?
I grazed the top of the orc. That's okay. It's just a little bit of highlighting. And I'm just...
Right.
This is why usually I don't like painting the orc's body before painting everything else. Makes me wonder why I asked you to paint the orc in the first place. I probably should have just told you not to paint anything. Leave him alone. I've got plans.
The face anyways would have been, you know, that way if we get into combat, they could actually see what they look like.
It's just gonna be funny now that we have to explain this, and when we get into combat, it's like, you know, I know he's supposed to be a death skull. Don't question why he's wearing bad moon armor. Just don't. Not
Well,
born.
technically, isn't he a freebooter?
Well, he was a death skull that became a freebooter.
It means he can wear whatever he wants.
True. Could have gone this turn. You
Yeah,
can.
big deal.
Let's see here.
You
Oh,
may-
I would taste the joy of 40K painting. Hey, what's up, Billy? Hello, Snowy. How's it going? I'm picturing the orcs seeing nobody else but you from the Goofy movie. If we listen to each other's hearts.
You
My day has
have
been in
watched, you have heard What a Wonderful Log, right?
Yes.
YouTube?
It's been a while. I don't remember the lyrics, but yes, I have definitely heard it. How's it going there, Snowy? And Luna, how you doing? I have a story to tell you. What's your interesting story there? Death Skulls do loot other orc clans. That's true. So do
You
freebooters.
should be fine, man. Yeah. Alright, so this guy, I think I got all base on him. He's still here. Yeah, because is he okay. I don't know if you can see this because I can't. Yeah, it's just gonna be all fuzzy. But I'm not painting the back part of their heads this darker red because I wanted to kind of brighten out a little bit. And so it's gonna be I'm gonna use one of these other two reds in here.
Gotcha.
He is ready for this part. See back there.
Oh, great. And the axe is also gold. Awesome. Great.
Axe is gold?
Yeah. I'm looking at the picture right now. The axe head is gold. Not the blades, obviously, but
Or yellow?
yeah. That's what I meant. Yellow.
It was like gold. Oh, okay.
This Gold Quartz, I guess, was clever enough to figure out to combine, not actually melt down gold, but just took like silver, melted it with yellow. It's like, shiny yellow.
Yeah, shiny yellow.
Extra explosive. Extra boom.
So what do the colors do again for... I know red's fast, and blue is supposed to be lucky. And then it's...
Yellow is both...
White is supposed to be tough
deadly.
to kill, and yellow... and black is supposed to be... hurts more, or something like that. That's why they check.
Black's tougher, white is deadly, yellow is rich and also more explosive.
And purple you can't see.
Okay, that one's just a meme, but
Actually, it's not. What? I've looked it up on multiple sites, so...
oh wait, no, that's right, because the commandos use it. They have like purple streaks. They're supposed to be like the usual mud streaks. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a purple orc? No, exactly.
No. And that's the real reason why the Ultramarines are the poster boys. Not because they're particularly the best, but because they're wearing blue. So they're the luckiest.
Yeah, the Ultramarines?
Yeah. Too bad the same could be said for the Crimson Fists.
Crimson Fist, Pedro Cantor is pretty awesome. He was their chapter master.
Black Templars are my boys. I mean, but the Endless Crusade, you mean? Yes.
Who's a fan of the Black Templars on your side?
Colin.
Has he read the Armageddon story?
No.
Or Hell's Reach?
I don't think he has, no. I haven't either, but... And again, I haven't... Again, Space Marines are like the... I've read like no books with Space Marines in them, except for where they show up for like brief periods. The most Space Marines I've read about is, funny enough, Caiaphas Cain. With the Redeemers.
The Redeemers are the ones that... yeah, they just show up at... Save them from the Necrons, right?
Yes, but then they have the whole... The 7th book is the one where he goes on to the Space Hulk, Spawn of Damnation.
Right.
And that one kind of surrounds the Redeemers the entire time.
They're also... Yeah, but then aren't they in the next one anyways, where he goes to the planet where there's the Gene Stealers, and the governor's daughter wants him to marry her?
That's the same book.
Okay. He keeps trying to avoid her, and she ends up back on the ship with him. He's like,
It's like lovely. Yellow's wealth. Yellow's also better explosions. Let's see. So I was woken up by my sister last night due to her turning on the bathroom light, and then she ran downstairs to tell my mom my shower door shattered with no reason nor warning. That's an interesting start. Christ bless you too, Chris. How you doing?
Okay, so one of these guys I want to actually play by the time we're done with this. So let's see here. We got to get one of his arms. The way that Tyranids are put together are kind of weird. I don't know if you can really see this, Sacrona, but notice how he's got a foot and a claw.
Yeah, and then the other side's the other foot and the claw.
Give him another foot and a claw, but then you got to attach his gun hands. He has gun hands.
I forgot about that.
So no opening doors for these guys.
No traditional method, at least.
I guess in theory they could blow the door open with the gun.
That's what. There you go. A little engineering.
We're going. We don't need guns.
We're going. We don't need doors. Let's see here. I will rock the Maltese cross and the Templars. They've already got their own cross going on there. Let's see here. Don't worry, the glass has been cleaned up. All is safe. And now I have a slight fear of glass shower doors. But that reminds me of the time where in my old house, I was just sitting in the family room and we had this little overhang that went over the back deck, and it was not that sturdy because it swung in and crashed the window that I was sitting right next to. Luckily I was far enough away that it didn't hit me, but it was still pretty dang close.
It was definitely one of those. I was in the other room when I heard that. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
It was definitely
It was a bit of color because it had dumped snow. The way the snow had dropped the awning outside. They're all right.
Yeah, no, that's right. It was because there was just so much snow on it.
Yeah. But so Collins, the Black Templar dude.
Yeah, he likes the Black Templar.
You should definitely read. There's a couple books. There's Hell's Reach. Hell's Reach is like quintessential. If you like the Black Templar, you should read it. It's all takes place on Armageddon, and you follow Grimaldus, who is a reclusiarch of the Black Templars. He's assigned to trying to hold Hell's Reach, and kind of does. Against the giant hordes of orcs, anyways. And then the sequel to that is about he's pretty much one of the main characters in it, but it's about the Celestial Lions, and well, they got pretty much wiped out by the Inquisition, and he ends up helping them. But a whole bunch of orcs. But yeah, Black Templars, I never really gotten into them. They're too zealous for me.
Yeah, I kind of get it.
I mean, I'm also a Space Wolf fan, so.
I still like the Space Wolves. I still think my favorite of at least the loyalists has to be the Salamanders.
Salamanders pretty cool too. They are also, by the way, in Hell's Reach. Grimaldus isn't really happy with them. So, because it's written really interesting because it's talked about like in happenstance behind what took place, and it's the Black Templars are super pissed at the Salamanders because they didn't charge forward and try to kill an Orc war boss, which would have been really helpful. Instead, they stayed behind and protected a kind of like a gateway, anyway, so that the Orcs can storm in and kill the civilians. So it really shows, anyways, the difference between the way that the two chapters think, which is really interesting. And the last part of it is we're watching, anyways, as the Salamanders, they take their leave, they leave the city. And the human commander, the Austrian Militarum dude, he's sitting there watching them leave, and he's just like, he's really appreciative that the Templars are there, the Knights, because they're really good at their job. He's like, but if we could, but the Salamanders work better with people. I know that sounds shocking, but
isn't the Salamander's whole thing is the Imperium is the human race, and that they should be protected?
They are very much, anyways. We need to protect humanity. Yeah. There's only a few other chapters. No other chapters, anyways, take it to the same level as Salamanders do. But there are a couple others, anyways, that have to show a little bit more compassion towards humanity. One of them is ironically because Space Wolves. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they're space Vikings, but
How goes the pain? It goes well, Mr. Coconut. How are you doing?
yeah, it's a coconut. All right. Oh.
Yeah, I'm currently reading the Last Stitch, which is a Caiaphas Cain book, and then after that, I'm going to start in the first 3 books of the Horus Heresy.
Horus Heresy, the ones that you borrowed from me. Yeah.
Yep.
The third one is probably of those 3 that you got, anyways. The third's probably my favorite. The first one's very interesting because it shows Horus in a completely different aspect that you're probably going to think of him. Because the first one takes place before he turns to chaos, so he's everything, anyways, that the Emperor wanted, anyways, in a War Master.
Hey, Caramel, how's it going?
He's charismatic. He's a warrior. He's a great tactician. He's a great leader. And you'll also, anyway, see Abaddon in a completely different light. But third one, anyways, it's full heresy.
It doesn't take that long. Oh, the first one's Sunshine and Rainbows, and then everything goes to hell.
Although it was kind of interesting because when I read the first book, I didn't know anything about Erebus, and he shows up in the first book.
Oh no!
And the more that I look back on it, I'm like, oh,
It makes sense now.
The
signs were always there.
All right. So, what do you think? The first guy, should I give him the 2 pistols, or should I give him a plasma or a weird rifle thing, whatever it is?
Mix it up a little. Give him a little rifle thing.
All right. Well, we got a guy that's going to end up with like a rocket launcher. Which I don't know how that works.
Don't they just shoot flesh spores and acid? Isn't that their whole shtick?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's just bigger flesh spore. Go. Thunk.
Yeah.
Doing okay? Good to hear. Nothing much playing Reaper. How are you 2 doing? Doing all right. As you can see, instead of actually trying to finish figurines, I've started on a new one. Huzzah.
You can finish your figurines. I just thought it would be interesting to, both kind of start the same process.
No, I'm just making fun of myself because I really was excited to paint Golgorts.
Is that what you're going to call him?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, technically, right now, he's Grat's, Ghoul Gut Ripper?
Yeah. He'll be Golgorts once.
Technically, right? Yeah. Once we're done with Bilko's Brigade. We'll go by a new name. And a whole different backstory.
Whatever the backstory is in Tacticus, which is not much, but it's there.
Yeah. That was one thing that kind of pissed me off on Tacticus, is that normally, anyways, all of them kind of have at least, one faction's kind of got at least one guy that is steeped in, 40k lore, other than the Orks.
Because they're orcs.
And they could have, there's a lot of Orks they could have used.
What I really want is a book based off The General, which if you got, no one's read the War Boss book, no one's gonna know who that character is, but I really want one.
He's the Blood Axe, right?
Yeah, he's the Blacks. He's the only one that lives out of the 3 war bosses.
From Armageddon.
Is he from Armageddon? Are they on? I don't think they're in Armageddon.
So they're on Armageddon now, I guess.
I can't remember what planet that takes place on.
Okay, so which book are you talking about, I guess?
War Boss.
Are you talking about the one that's the rise of Yazgul?
No, I'm talking about the rise of Snagget Fleetfoot. It's the one in between, what is it? Brutal Cunning and the Big
Oh.
Daka.
Gotcha. The general, anyways, he was also up out of Colorado, anyways. Worked with Gazgul on Armageddon. That's why I was confused there.
I'll have to look that up later. Just trying to out some mods for the game that I added recently, so there's that. All right, cool to you.
He's the guy though in the book, anyways, that kicks the grot into the purple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right after-
the grot's like, why win? I get to control the army, and the general just kicks him.
Which I love because the freaking the weird boy that's like one of the pivotal characters in that book is like, don't worry, you get to go through first. And all I could think of once he got the grot got kicked through was, well, technically he didn't lie. He did get to go through first. Just not the way he thought.
The leader. Yeah. That look all right. I should have chosen better music. Sorry, guys. This is
I'm playing
really
very
ominous.
I'm playing very fitting music.
Oh, what are you listening to?
The soundtrack for Shoot His Blood and Teeth.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean,
Mine,
it makes sense.
is Space Marine Meditation or something like that. And I was like, no, it's Warhammer painting music, and it's just been these dark tones and weird techno vibe. Yeah, okay, well.
Love me some boys. Hey, Styrofoam 12, how's it going? Nothing too exciting, but enough to keep my mind occupied. Well, hopefully I'll have something late to keep your mind occupied later there, Caramel. What?
Nothing. I didn't say a word.
I heard a grunt earlier.
I'm allowed to grunt occasionally. Your older brother. I'm fat. It comes with the territory.
The Orks are my main army, but I have like 8,000 points. In the process of painting, taking a break to work on my EC. EC. What's EC?
Advantage?
What's the scheme? I see lots of yellow. Bad moons. Emperor's Children. Oh! I do like me some weird noise boys. Noise boys? What are they? Noise Marines.
Do you have any?
No, I don't. But I do like Noise Marines.
No, not you.
Oh.
Who you're talking to.
Oh, Styrofoam. I have pretty much identical list to what we used before. I just add a couple new ones. Put an orc head on it, and they are the Noise Boys. That's true. Just replace... It reminds me of that made-up story that one YouTuber did. That's like the orcs that discover the Emperor and start worshiping him.
Oh, by No Man?
Yeah, and then...
One that you introduced everybody to? Yeah.
And then the Quizzer's interrogating that guy. He's just like, then the Emperor's Angels. It was kind of weird though, because their ship was on fire. A lot of smoke bellowing from it. And when they came down, they were a little more stocky than I remember. And they spoke weird. The Emperor protects.
Yeah, I haven't looked into him in a while. No Man. All right.
Let's see here. I added a new...
Already.
Ooh, more maps.
A new color.
You're using a different color besides red? My gosh, he's evolving. They're evolving.
No, unfortunately, I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, it's okay. I'm still painting.
We're close.
I need to be more patient and let these actually dry a bit before continuing to go over them, because I'm just spreading the paint around and it's not actually, you know, sticking. Again, the problem with using already pre-thinned paint that's meant for an airbrush. It's a bit on the thin side. See, I added a new map and some new variables. I think you'll like them, Colin, especially since it involves... Ooh! I like how you evolve Colin specifically when you know that I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Or you could send Sakura your list of mods so he could send it to me. Why don't you send each other... You're both on Discord. Can't you both just send each other the lists? And you guys could compare, compare notes? Green is the best, though. Watch the game today where a truck almost one-shotted us. Sanguinor? That was pronounced?
Who?
S-A-N-G-U. I'm talking... My chat and someone... Styrofoam. A Blind Angel. Okay, it's a Blind Angel's character. Apparently.
Sanguinian?
Not Sanguinian. Sanguinior.
Oh.
I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a word I've never seen before. But apparently he pretty much died to a wrecking ball in a truck.
Oh.
In one shot almost. Pineapple juice in the background.
Hey, Mr. Coconut.
See here.
On the other side.
One of them is funny. I mean, I'm currently painting right now, but... that means you... I know who you're talking to. I'm currently painting, though. It's hard for me to stop what I'm doing to look at my phone. Plus, I'm with a guest. That would be wooed.
I don't mind, man. I look at my phone occasionally. It's because the only way I can get the chat to work anyways is if I look at my phone.
No.
All right. You know you've been using a color too long when it starts drying to your paintbrush.
Yeah, I should probably. Speaking of which, actually wet that a little bit so it's not just stuck on there, and then shake the paint up a little bit. Asharaka paint. Those look like pink horrors. Well, they're red right now, and they're Tyranids.
Termagants, to be precise.
Termagants are just like the basic. They're the ones with the guns, right? And then the Terragants are the ones with.
Termagants are the ones with the guns. The Hormagants are the ones that just have big spikes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We picked up the Termagants because they were $15 cheaper.
Oh, I'm glad that what we're gonna be fighting is based on the price of the real world. Cool.
Well, okay. There's also some bigger monsters that I'm not going to buy and paint. You guys will have to fight too, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to, at least show some.
Oh, that'd be cool. No, I get it. It's not pineapple juice. It's Everland Sunset Yellow. I always wanted a diorama. Dioramas would be pretty cool.
I'm the traditional American male, and I only drink things anyway that are black or brown. Today it's a rum and coke of a giant stein. One that I didn't finish yesterday. What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking. No, that's my paint glass.
Oh, don't drink that.
No, I'm not drinking it. I would like to live.
But that's what he was referring to, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks very fruity. It's like
although a pineapple flavored drink does sound good right about now.
All right, so the next paint that I'm going to end up using anyways is Corax White.
All right. I'm doing all right. How you doing there, Rasuki? I know you are a big Pokemon fan. I know, but I just want to feel included.
And that shouldn't take me too long. And then we're probably going to end up using, anyways, this as a dry. Well, actually, no. Change my mind. We're going to use this as a dry brush. Cowden Green. Like I said at the beginning of this, anyways, we're using the base, anyways, of High Fleet Behemoth. But they're all owned, anyways, by the Army of Solomon, which is Kazim, the Infinite Army. And he pretty much takes, when he goes to war, he takes armies from all different races, and he just mind shackles them with mind shackle scarabs. So we're going to change the colors a little bit on them. I mean, technically,
So I see Trasim also kit bashes, just with, lives instead of bits.
Shazim literally is the Warhammer 40k person in Warhammer 40k.
He is the kit basher. He is not a kit basher. He is the kit basher.
Right.
I'm just teasing you, Caramel. You're fine. Caramel, I'm teasing you. Don't worry. I'm doing a kick-ass blender render for Halo. Blender render, that's cool. For Halo to celebrate a new weapon being introduced. What weapon? Also drawing for once. For Caramel, even shared her odds. They love it, and some want to calm her if she's available. More money! Do it. Caramel, do it. Get that money. Get that bread. The box.
Wraithbone. Too.
The new weapon.
Here it's got teeth. Alright. For this, I'm probably going to use a significantly smaller brush. Let's use the... let's use the 5 here.
Hold on. What? Who just did what? Oh, thank you, Star, for subscribing. I appreciate that. That's Godzilla's just for you, my friend.
Look at on. I should set up something anyways that people actually subscribe when I'm doing something. Oh, but we are going to do something anyways for Bilko's Brigade. So if you want to be part of that stream, you kind of can. We're going to set up anyways like a sticker thing. So if you can like plug in a sticker, Warp Tomfoolery will take place anyways for one of the characters that is in the game. We actually have something kind of set up so that, like for instance, a lot of them are pretty simple stuff. It's just like, for instance, if you roll a particular way, a Nurgling pops up and calls you Papa, and it follows you around. You know, there's some fun stuff like that, but the players will have to react to it, which I think would be interesting.
Well, to be fair, Styrofoam, this will have a grot on the top of it that has big Daka. Has a big shooter. So this one definitely will be worthy. And I know these ones technically don't have enough Daka to be, bad moons, but I paint them as bad moons anyways because I like the color scheme. I'm thinking of getting some actual shooter boys later and painting them definitely as bad moons.
So how we're gonna... I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, Corona. But if you look at the top here anyways, they've got this like kind of bony crest that comes down.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna paint that white. And then I've got this, it's actually kind of a cool watch. Do you use watches at all?
I do
they're
not.
technically not called watches anymore. They're called contrasts.
Oh yeah, I use contrast paints.
And this one is Striking Scorpion Green. If you put that anyways with a white underneath it, it definitely gives it that very Necron green color, that kind of eerie green. So we're going to put this white so it's like a spike that goes all the way down its back, and then its eyeballs, and then it's got these 3 like holes that are punched in its head. We're going to put that on too.
All right.
And I was originally going to use Korax White for the teeth, but we just picked up this new one called Wraithbone. Looks more boning, so we'll use that instead.
I mean, it's got bone in the name, so it makes sense to look a little more bony.
Yep.
Let's see. For
what I
what it's
ended up
worth.
using for go ahead.
No, I'm reading chat, so go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say it's the same white that I used for what's his face? Vashor's guy.
I just realized there's
They're-
the Eldari.
yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna have to get in there. I don't want to get in there. I'm going to have to. That's
Well,
gonna suck.
hopefully one of these times, anyways. Houston will join us. I just got him
The
airbrush.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. For what it's worth, I want to have 20 of my boys be shooter boys, but the axes look so much better. I mean, if you want to see a cool axe job that I did, you should see this. It's hard to tell on this camera, but
It looks significantly better in real life. Yes. Oh, there you go. That's not bad.
I love the
that's
rust
it.
effect I got. That's my pride and joy, is that dry brush, the rust on there. The Mutilator's kick-ass a double-barrel shotgun with a gravity hammer on the end of his true CQC killer. And yes, this is supposed to be Golgorts. But technically, it's just a war boss in mega armor. But I'm painting it after Golgorts, so he's Golgorts. Or right now, he's... never remember. Gratz Rule Guts
Your own
Rippa.
character's name? You don't remember your own character's name?
I can remember Guts Rippa, because that's easy to remember.
Rat School Guts Ripper, if I call right.
The rust looks great, love that. Yep, it just took like a little bit of red, a little bit of... what was it? Silver and yellow. And sure enough, it just looks terrible. Which is the point.
Right. You got these other 3 holes that he's got punched in. They got these weird holes that are just kind of like punched in randomly in places. Anybody on your side knows why? Or on my chat? I don't really have these people on my own chat.
Sorry, which holes?
Yeah, pop up all the time. But if anybody knows why there's those holes that are kind of like punched in their head, I think that's good to know.
Apparently the...
I'm assuming you don't know.
Pomegranate saying. Apparently they have holes in their head. I don't know why. Sakura, do you want me to send you the new mod list? Sure. I'll have 2 lists to look at.
My list or what?
Oh, repo.
Oh. Do you liking that more than the other game that you play that's very similar?
Lethal Company?
Yeah.
Right now I am, but it's been a hot minute since I actually played. Well, that's not true. I did play it recently. I like, there's certain aspects I like for both of them, but right now I think I'm enjoying Repo a bit more. But then again, it's new, so you know, new things usually are pretty more
Shiny. It's new and shiny.
I used a Rise of Rust, I think it's called, or Troll Rust. Said I was dry. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have that, so I just decided to make my own thing, and it works. It definitely looks like it's rusted. Just know I can't play it this weekend because of election day here, and I need to be early. Gotcha. Okay. We can set something up the next. Yeah.
Who's running?
Will you know who it is if they are? Or do you mean like
Maybe.
what
You
position?
never know. No, I'll have no idea.
We could try it out this Friday instead. But Caramel, you said you wanted to do what was it? Splatoon. Not gonna lie, noted.
Oh, right, you hate that game.
I don't feel like playing Splatoon. Okay, fair enough. If you've changed your mind on that, we could do Repo instead. Also, thanks, Stefan. I appreciate that.
Oh.
I barely touched my Switch except for Animal Crossing.
Guns, yeah, or the... No, it's not a gun, it's his axe.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think he said, yeah, his axe is yellow too, yeah.
I did say that earlier, that his axe is in fact yellow.
Yeah, I heard you.
It's just, I'm trying to make sure I also don't get the blades, because the blades at least are not yellow. That'd be stupid.
Oh, nice. Sometimes forget. Shake these things.
I should probably shake it as well. It's been a little bit. My villager bed is rotting. I'm pretty sure I still haven't quit out of that game, and it's been 2 days now. You just open it up and all your villagers are starving. Oh no.
No. Back to the white.
Is there really anywhere else that I'm missing that really needs to be touched up is the question. Oh yes, there is. How did I miss that?
Gonna grime up his boots.
Well, it's not gonna be just like all shiny yellow. Like I said, this is one of the bigger figures, so eventually I'm going to actually come through and grime them up and actually add a lot of detail. It's just for the smaller ones, I'm not gonna be doing that as much. Otherwise,
no,
I'd be
just asking.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, I'm gonna grime up his boots.
No, I was asking how.
Oh, that? I'm not sure yet.
What kind of paint are you going to use?
I haven't thought that far ahead. So I just realized I painted the teeth that are hanging from this banner yellow. Nah, that I'll just dry brush it with white and it'll look like it'll look perfect.
Or teeth, yeah. Let's say you can do that. It worked out quite well, I think. How was your D&D session, by the way, yesterday? What are you guys running?
We're running a game called Numenera. Completely different system than your normal D&D. Essentially, you've got like 3 different skill pools that you can use, and essentially it's a D20 game, but essentially there's these skill checks that you do that have set difficulties where it's like, oh, it's a difficulty 1, that means you need to get a 3 or higher. I mean, 3 or lower. Sorry, no, 3 or higher. And so they'll have different difficulty settings like that specifically. But you can spend your stat pools in order to lower the difficulty.
What are you playing as?
I'm playing as what's called a glaive, which means I just hit things really fast. But I can also... Oh no. What'd you do?
I dropped it. I dropped his gun. Sorry.
Oh
Go
no.
ahead.
Essentially, you move
Okay,
around. You move fast. Think of it kind of like a rogue class. I can
Okay.
also control gravity. So I can either make things heavy or I can make myself fly. So what I ended up doing yesterday is to get out of an ambush, I flew into the air above the people that are going to ambush us, and I dropped a grenade on them. And then
Modern weapons.
it was a poison grenade, so it was like a smoke bomb, but poisonous gas instead.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I threw it, and then I used my ability to make things heavier to just completely cave in one of the guy's skulls. And then the poison gas just took care of the other one.
Yep.
There we go. I think I pretty much got him done. Well, I didn't get him done, but I think I got the yellow pretty much taken care of. I say that, but now I'm noticing that on his feet, there's lots missing. Layers that I need to apply.
You're right. Oh, we should probably work on his leg too. Yeah. This is one thing we get it light.
There we go. I will let that dry and I will work on the handle.
Music is so ominous.
Mine keeps going from like this epic music to all of a sudden rock.
No, it's just like, just as you were like, I'm gonna finish doing this, and as you pause, anyways, there's this one.
What's he gonna do next?
Beware, you know.
I'm gonna move my phone away because I do not want to accidentally flick paint onto it.
It's like, it sounds a lot like right now, anyways. It sounds a lot like, have you ever listened to the soundtrack of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah?
Not, not like the big uplifting parts, but like in the, like, the little parts where there's just kind of like that weird elvish choir in the background.
Yeah.
That's what it's been doing.
Oh. Unfortunate. Not something you generally want while painting.
Normally, ironically, anyways, when I paint, it's either I just throw on Spotify on a playlist. I have a writing playlist, and when I write, that and that's like all. I would have used it, except for I think there's a lot of it in there that's copyrighted, and I didn't want to hassle with that. This, I'm pretty sure, isn't.
Okay, Caramel. Hope you get lots of rest.
Oh, bye. But normally, anyways, it is. I normally listen to actually classical music when I paint, or a lot of times, anyways, I'll paint later at night, and Trap will actually be on doing a stream of some sort. At least he used to. From what I hear, anyways, he's taking a break on it.
He's trying to focus more on videos, which I get. Well, that and what do you call it? Blending, learning Blender.
Blender, yeah. But yeah, the last time, anyways, that I was there for the back end of the 12-hour stream. We played Metal Slug, I want to say. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what Metal Slug is.
Okay.
I played it with Caramel.
Well, okay. And here's my question. So, he kept saying, die Nazis. Like, he was killing the Nazis, but the more I looked at it, I was like, I think you might be the Nazi, Chief. The main character, is he a Nazi?
No, the main character's not a Nazi.
Oh, okay. Because all the guys that you're shooting look like GIs. And like, and your guy anyways is like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude, and he's and shoots them all. So,
well, that's not saying a lot because I'm blonde-haired, blue-eyed. I mean, I know more like the stereotypical blonde hair. I got what you meant, but no, you're not playing as a Nazi. I promise.
okay.
You're playing a red-blooded American.
Weird, you know, like those weird like switcheroos. It's like, yeah, actually, this entire time.
You turn around, there's a swastika on your back. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I am playing the bad guy.
It's like, uh-oh. I've been so wrong for all these years.
Metal Slug is going against typical authoritarian military. You have seen their shitty emblem.
It looked like an old school arcade game, anyways, that I would play like at an arcade.
Well, I think that's what it initially was to begin with.
Right.
The swastika is essentially a big X, right? They just took the edges of the swastika and strained them out to just make an X.
Right, the original. I looked it up at one point. And swastika actually originally was like a really cool symbol. Something actually really cool, but for life of me, I can't remember what it was.
You want to know the sad part is Japan uses one for, I can't remember. There's a symbol in Japan that's essentially just a swastika, but it's reversed.
Okay.
So like it's like if you looked at a swastika but in a mirror, and that's essentially what it is. For the life of me, I can't remember what it means. It's definitely not Nazi, I can tell you that much, but it's...
Well, like I said, that was the problem with the swastika. It was like, and then the Germans got their hands on it. It's kind of like the Hitler stash. That used to be a very popular facial mustache. All the way up until about 1940s, and then no one started wearing it anymore.
Yeah, it was originally people would call it the Charlie Chaplin mustache. Now it's the Hitler stash.
And an eyeball here.
So 3. Oh yeah, that's right. It was pretty much just arcade games until you got to 3, and then it started porting to like PC and DS and whatnot. DS, really?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Metal Slug. And we're talking about the swastika still. We ported it to the DS, the Nintendo DS and PC.
What? I don't know if you want to do that, man. It's definitely part of history that we can leave behind.
I've got some DS and PSP titles. You want to know what game that I don't know why I still have or why I got in the first place was Call of Duty for the Nintendo DS.
I played that once. It was interesting. But frankly, Call of Duty was a great. Well, the first 3, and then Ghost was really good. I like Ghost.
Ghost, Black Ops 1 was pretty good, and then Modern Warfare. Yeah. Modern Warfare 2. I never got too far into 1. With the most experimental FPS on the D. Surprisingly, it wasn't the most awful experience I've ever had playing a game.
There's a glowing review for you folks.
Well, you're playing on a game. You're playing on a DS. It's not exactly going to be, a stellar experience. Nintendo's already known for having, weaker consoles in the competition. Now imagine that, but even weaker because it's a handheld device.
Right. Okay, so is anybody on your stream there anyways? Has any of you guys played Far Cry 4? It's popped up on Game Pass. I want to know if it's worth downloading.
Risuki's probably the only one here who I would assume has. Yep. as soon as you mention it, me.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Silence is not comforting here.
Besides some
Maybe not.
people getting bored of the general environment, it's still fun. I played Far Cry 3 and
Okay.
Blood Dragon and 5.
Is it better than 5 or worse than 5?
I forget, what was your opinion on 5 again? That was a question for you.
For me?
Yeah. What was your opinion on 5 again?
5 is... 5, okay, I loved anyways, the gameplay for it was fantastic. The storyline wasn't half bad. The frustrating part is that you can't win. One of those games that you literally cannot win.
Oh, so it was really good up until the last little bit. Got it.
That, and then there were like cutscenes that just kind of would show up randomly that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, I'm just going through and just like mowing down anyways all the bad guys, and then I'll be like going to the next location, and all of a sudden I'll hear the bad guy on the radio, and then my guy just blacks out. I'll be like in the middle of nowhere. And like, okay.
I don't know how I ended up here, but cool deal. This is my life now.
Yeah, and then wake up anyways, and you're like in prison. Yeah. That happened a couple of times. The storyline, though, was far better than Far Cry 6. Bunch of woke bullshit.
Far Cry 5 would like sending you hunters to force you into the story to deter the ignoring type of players.
What was that?
Oh, apparently Far Cry 5 was one of those games that actually tried to reel you back into the story by sending you a bunch of hunters. If you know.
Oh no, I mean, I was literally doing mission after mission after mission. It was just weird that it would randomly just plug in like that. Alright, I'm just about done with this flight. Have you heard of any good concerts that are coming in the summer?
Not
I
really.
look every once in a while, I don't see anything. Yeah.
Like, I saw something for Killswitch Engage, but I think that's already happened in March, so...
What was that?
I think there was one for Killswitch Engage, but that already happened in March, and... Besides,
They kind of stopped listening to them after they lost their main singer.
When did they lose the main senior?
Actually, they've lost 2 main singers. The black guy, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he had an incredible voice. Oh, I can't remember his name. Yeah. He started his own band. He like had like a mental breakdown. It was really kind of sad. So he like quit everything entirely for like 6 or 7 months, or well, maybe a year. And then he popped back up on. He started his own band that doesn't do nearly as much like touring and stuff. He's still friends with all the guys, I guess. Anyways, on in the original band, Killswitch, but he was just like, I had to get out of there. I was losing my mind. You know, fair enough.
Oh, better to do that than to, like, end up
Go
taking
nuts.
your life, so, you know.
Talking to you, Chris Cornell. But all right, now where are we going?
I love how this entire stream has just been me painting yellow. Because there's just so much damn yellow on this.
Okay, we'll take a break from yellow. Try something different. That by the way, that water cup that you got anyways is actually looking more and more delicious.
Which is not a
Really
good
does kinda
sign.
look like-
It looks drinkable. That's not a good sign.
Oh,
Right,
thanks, Mr. Coconut. I guess he subscribed. Please. Appreciate that. I don't know, what are we doing? We are going to be doing some
Me complains about painting. Me complains about painting yellow. Continues to paint yellow.
Like, you could change it to something else.
I'm going to, as soon as I'm done painting this axe again.
Try brown. No. Who wants to paint brown?
I mean, the handle is going to be brown, so, you know. Corn. It is corn yellow. You were right. Well, no, it's not quite corn yellow. It's artificial corn yellow.
You said corn yellow. I'm like, dude, corn is red. Oh, right.
No, like the original corn, you know, the edible one, not the chaos god. Thank you very much.
The original corn. That's what we'll just have to start calling it now. The original corn.
The original corn.
We'll call it a vegetable.
Before there was corn, there was
the
corn with a C.
Oh, okay. So, but corn, anyways, the chaos god's the second one, right? And
No,
the
first.
third one's the band.
Oh wait. Oh right. No, it would be.
But
Oh my gosh, no! Corn literally just got his name from the adding. The name corn has just evolved over time. First it was corn with a C, then the band came around, put it with a K, and then the chaos god came around and put an H in there.
well, like I was saying, I think, anyways, the chaos god's been around longer than the band, hasn't it?
Has it?
Warhammer 40K's been around since the 80s.
Did it have?
Normally when I think of corn, I think of late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, someone could do research about that.
Someone could.
Not us. We're busy.
So.
You could dry brush some brown, silver, and the white to break the yellow up and make it look battle worn. Could you send me that as a text so I remember to do that later? That sounds like a cool idea.
I'm going to do some dry brushing. All right. Yeah, this green works out. We're first going to dry brush this anyways, the hide. So I don't know if you can see this, but as you can see anyways, the red's all done. That's the bottom part. Now the top anyways is like this exoskeleton thing. To show that there's some Arab involvement here, we're going to put a little bit of this Taliban green, which used to be Archangel green. From back in the day, I find amusing because Archangels come from Taliban. So I'm just going to lightly do this. If it goes over, by the way, this white that I put in here, that's fine. Because we're going to put, you know, that green on there. Neon stuff. We're going to get that at least anyways into this so you guys can see what it looks like. It does look pretty cool by the time it's done. But right now, anyways, we are just doing the dry brushing. Now, like I told you, Seth, there's Corona. Nah, sorry.
Whatever.
When you go to dry brush, anyways, obviously you want to take a lot of the paint off of the paintbrush. But also, another thing that I like to do, anyways, is I'll start someplace that you normally won't see. That way, if I still got too much on there, then it's not going to really affect much. Now, unfortunately for my little Kermagant dude here, all of his hide anyways, or this armor, this chitinous armor is all on top of him. So, you do not have the option this time to do that, right? It's not his concern. But he's, that's 30 cents coming together. That was, yeah, fine. You know. So like Sakrona was just saying anyways, with that big guy that he's doing, he's going to put a whole heck of a lot more time.
That's why I'm making sure the paint... See, that's why if you look at a lot of these figures, when I'm... First off, this has a lot more yellow on it, so there's a lot more I'm having to go over. Versus, it's not the same as just a shoulder pad. It is pretty much the entire damn guy. is yellow.
Yo, yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yell, 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 yellow.
Yellow.
Man.
Windshield wipers. Sorry, random thought.
You know, that amazingly enough, that's the second time that VeggieTales has come up in one day.
Oh, really?
The other time was at work, surprisingly enough.
Huh. They're still around. They're on Netflix now, I guess.
Well, that's
Not
definitely what my
nearly
kids
as
are watching when I have them. The
Not
classics.
nearly as main. Yeah, I don't. Well, no, they don't have. I don't think they have any of the classics on there. It's all new stuff. 'Cause, you know, teaching Christianity isn't really Netflix's style.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I'm aware.
So they're a little bit more mainstream. Although the last thing that I just watched, anyways, that I'm watching with my kids now is Asterix and Obelix. Do you know who they are by any chance?
No idea.
They're a French cartoon from back in the day that I think was a comic strip. I think they still do, but they did a CGI version and it's called Asterix and Obelix: The Big Fight. And Asterix and Obelix are Gauls, and they have this village that the Romans keep trying to take, but they can't because they have this magic potion that makes them like 10 times stronger than your average person. So the challenge, anyways. So there's it's on Netflix. It's worth watching. Let's put it that way. Reminded me a lot of kind of old school, kind of Looney Tunes amusement. You know?
I gotcha.
Part of that slapstick humor.
Corn has his own
I will
Blood
say-
Bowl team, apparently. Look, what is Blood Bowl?
What's up?
What is Blood Bowl?
Blood Bowl is kind of like football. I had the game on the Xbox, but I played it for a little bit. It was okay. After playing it for about 15-20 minutes, you realize that it really shouldn't be played on a console.
It's an
One of those
arcade game,
games that
essentially, right?
No, you really need like a mouse and a keyboard for it.
Oh, gotcha. Oh my gosh.
If you can click on something and move it over to a different direction.
I'm so sad. There's an entire section that I just realized is attached to him that I have not touched. That is also part of his armor. It was hiding in the shadows because it's like the under part of his arm. Oh, now I have to wait until this dries so I can paint it.
Sorry, I glued that part on. I really shouldn't have.
It's fine. I'll figure it out. I just wasn't expecting it there. I was painting over everything else. And all of a sudden, I'm just about to finish up. I'm like, oh, there's more.
You're like, I'm finally done with this yellow.
I'm still
There's
not done
more.
because I got the jaw, too. The
But
jaw.
The jaw, anyways, I would do that anyways more like steel. That way it's a little bit more pronounced. The face. Maybe do like
Well, I'm doing most of it yellow, but I'm going to be doing the teeth as silver.
okay. That's what I was thinking. Like make it like a lead belcher, and then you could even dry brush anyways yellow onto it.
You say
That'd
as
be
I've
kinda
already
cool
started
look.
painted it yellow. Like before, our writer's like, I wouldn't do it yellow. I've already painted half of it yellow.
Oh,
But yeah,
you've
no,
already done it?
well, like I said, I'm painting it yellow, and then the teeth itself are going to be a silverish
Gotcha.
color. Like I said, I'm basing this completely off of what I see on the game. And the game, it's yellow, surprisingly enough. Now I have to let that dry before I touch it anywhere else.
I'm gonna have to paint that black. Oh,
Still, it's coming out pretty nicely, even with just the matte colors right now.
Okay, so I think I'm done with the green here. Like that out so that I can. There. Oh, that's lead belcher. Impure primer. Happens to be my other ones. I wonder if it's still good. Oh, I'll be right back. Get some water.
Oh no. Is it like super thick?
Yeah.
Right now, wait.
Shake. Is that a good sign? You see that?
No, because the camera's blurred out. Wait, it's unblurring. Oh. Is that a line? Is that a straight line in the... Does it go paint, nothing paint?
Like, right? That's the water.
Oh. Oh no.
It's not mixing. This isn't good. Well, I think that one's toast. Backup plan. We did pick up this contrast, which is black Templar black. Hopefully that'll work.
Speaking of which, for the pistons and whatnot, I'm thinking, ooh, should I make the tubes red for a contrast? No,
That'd be
copper.
pretty cool.
I'm thinking either red or like these parts, not over here, but like here.
Well, if I recall right, anyways, isn't there supposed to be like it's supposed to be like smokestacks on them, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Still got it over here. Hold on.
You might actually want to use like steel for that.
Yeah, no, that's steel. But I want to use copper for like the piping that goes on the back here. The vents. The vents should be purple. I mean, not purple. You'll never see it. The vents should be copper. That's the color I'm thinking of. And then the rest of it's silver. Okay. So I'm thinking dark silver.
Oh, C right is.
That's Colin.
Oh, cool. Right on. Thanks, Colin. We now officially have 3 members. Woohoo! We've got, yeah, Colin. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And then we've got Hermes and Sir Benderbite, who haven't shown up. I don't understand how you've got people that watch the shows all the time. You know, I normally, anyways, when I watch them, I'm like doing something. You know, like working, like going on deliveries and stuff. But I don't think you've got guys that actually like tune in and are like really like, you know, invested.
Oh.
How?
Like every single argument that I could think of would work with the people who probably watch you. I was like, well, first off, they're a bunch of gamers. That argument doesn't work. Well, they're a bunch of nerds. That argument also doesn't work. I'm not sure.
Most of my guys too, all my guys I think are also a little bit older.
Yeah, that's probably why. I attract a younger audience. Although some of the people who watch me are a fair bit older.
Well, I mean, like for instance, Sir Bender Biden, I can completely understand that because he's got a daughter, and he normally plugs into the videos when every once in a while he'll show up to like a premiere, or a live stream just to say hi. But normally, anyways, he'll like listen or to our show or whatever, anyways, in the like at night or in the morning, anyways, when he's working out. And honestly, that's actually what Hermes has said before too. He just like, I listen to you normally anyways in the morning when I'm working out. Sometimes anyways, I'll also get comments at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's probably when Hermes has been drinking. But yeah, I just always yeah. Well, I mean, like for instance, Colin, I think He hasn't Colin been like married for a while, but I don't know. Yeah, but
He's not had a kid, no.
okay.
Yeah, usually it's once he gets home from his job, if I'm on, he'll be like, yeah, well, you know, I'm waiting for the wifey, so might as well spend some time watching this guy. Then again, he's contractually obligated. Then again, he's contractually obligated as the best friend to do that.
Fair enough. Oh, by the way, I do appreciate you being a member, Colin. Anyways, you don't need to feel obligated though to be a member because I happen to be Cronin's brother.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
But, yeah, okay. Well, like I said, by all means, if you guys are going to watch the live stream, this is going to take place on the 19th of our second experience in the Bilko's Brigade. We've got a plan, by the way. Fix the audio this time.
Using one microphone instead of 4.
I'm by the way, I'm probably going to bring my microphone too. I want to test that because remember, I'm going to be sitting behind a partition.
Okay, again, I'm using a mic boom, so it will not be like pointed at us. It will be above us.
Okay.
I bought my mic boom for skits and whatnot, but you know, it'll be nice to actually get a use now. I don't know. Do you think that silver's a bit too dark? Should I use the lighter silver?
All I see is yellow, dude.
There we go.
Okay, so what I would do, I would keep you using lead belcher, right?
No, I'm using iron hands, and then I mixed with a bit of the Black Templar in there. I don't have lead belcher.
Oh. Okay, so lead belcher is a pretty dark silver. So but the other silver that you've got anyways is lighter. That's why you're mixing some Black Templar.
Yeah, this is the silver.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what I do anyways is I go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. And then what I do is I dry brush anyways that lighter one is straight on. And then if you've got a copper, is it a dark copper or is it a bright copper?
It's a bright copper.
Is it the hazelnut one or
brass scorpion?
The hash copper. Okay, that looks more of a bronze too. That'll work fine. Yeah, just what you're gonna want to do is you want to dry brush both of those, and if it's too bright for you, then you can dry brush the Black Templar contrast on it and darken it back up. You'll end up getting kind of this kind of cool, like rusted looking bronzish color that works really well.
All right.
Okay.
I will be trying for a kid real soon. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna be a godfather. Oh, so he's got a kid on the way? No, he doesn't have a kid on the way, but they're gonna be trying for a kid soon.
Oh, awesome.
Ben Hender's armor go? I mean, it's not quite that yellow yet, but I haven't dry brushed the flash gets yellow on there yet.
Okay, so let's... Now we're going to see if we're going to roll this or not. Which one's darker?
I'm gonna be an uncle. I'm already an uncle, but I'll be an uncle of a kid that I'm not even related to. Let's go.
Wait a minute, you already are an uncle.
I know, it's like, that's why I had to stop. I had to reestablish myself, like, wait a minute.
I can't believe I'm going to be an uncle. You are an uncle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, anyways, because I wanted to make this a little bit different anyways, so they've got this, like, so the Tyranids, so, like, at least the Harmagons, the Timegraphs got that weird, like, bulbous thing on the back of their head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's what Titus rips out of the back. The warrior's head, that thing. So we're going to use, anyways, a Evil Sun Scarlet in that part. We'll see if it, how it looks. Well,
See,
obviously, anyways, we're probably darkening it with word bearer red, but let me see how that runs.
I've got my own problem. I put so much water in this paint that I used that it's created a bubble. Oh, well, got rid of it. Never mind. We're good. We're back in business. No, well, because there's like the gap right here in the piping. It was just good and it was just wet enough that it was filled up with like a pocket of air and water.
Oh.
Like I could blow a bubble if I just did it right. Just a paint bubble. Like that episode of SpongeBob.
Once again, Colin, thank you for being one of the lads. We have different groupings there. The Corona and the lads. There's lads, and each one of them, anyways, is a different, I guess, price point.
I have that too. It's just that I can never remember which one is which for mine.
I think Firecast is the middle one, and then Space Marine's the big one. So Colin, the good news is because you became a member, you can actually, if you want to go ahead and text in. You've said a few things here. Okay. If you want to text in what you want us to talk about for a month, we will go ahead and do that when we're done with the word bearers this month.
Word bearers.
Now, know that you're a big fan of the Black Templars. We literally just talked about them last month. So you got to pick something different than the Black Templar. But if you want to know about them, anyways, we did do like 4 boxes on it. 4 or 3. Might have done 3. We talk about Helbrecht there. If you're looking for stories on Sigismund, on the other hand, I would recommend listening to our Imperial Fist boxes. So, do you know anything about the Black Templar?
Not really, no. Except for the fact that, unlike the rest of the those chapters, they don't follow the codex in the sense of they only have 1,000 because they're constantly crusading, so they're constantly building up their forces because they're constantly, again, crusading.
Loophole. They are actually a second founding of the Imperial Fist.
Oh, that I also did know. It took me a while to figure that one out. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why my brain told me this. I guess because I was thinking since the Black Templar are so popular that they must be related to the most popular boys, the freaking Ultramarines. And then I found out that they were actually the Imperial Fist. It's like, you know what? Now that I know more about the Imperial Fist, that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. They were formed, they were the second founding along with the Crimson Fist, the Excoriators, and 2 more. There's the Soul Drinkers, the original Soul Drinkers. And crap, I can't remember the other one. It was like the Holy Guardians or something like that. But Sigismund, if you don't know who Sigismund is, you should listen to our box about who he is. He was the original Emperor's champion. He's kind of a badass. That actually, I think, turned out pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, you have to be more specific. What movie did we watch back in college days? We watched a few, buddy.
It was what?
What movie? For Warhammer. We didn't watch a movie for Warhammer.
How long ago was it?
I don't remember. I definitely don't remember watching a movie for Warhammer.
There was a movie that came out. It was CGI, and it was not very good. It was about a bunch of Ultramarines that save an Imperial Fist who ends up becoming like a demon-possessed dude that tries to kill all of them. It was interesting. Is that what he's referring to?
No, because I don't remember that at all.
Only one I can think of that came out like a long time ago. I mean, or is he referring to a Stardays from YouTube?
I don't think I showed him Astartes. I remember watching Astartes, but I don't remember showing him Astartes. That sounds familiar, actually. Then I don't remember watching. You see, I only just recently got into Warhammer stuff, so I don't remember ever like watching anything related to Warhammer. Okay, that actually, now that I've painted over a couple layers, actually turned out a bit brighter than... Of course, not that you can tell with your guys' camera, but on my end, with my human eyes, it looks a bit better. I'm probably still gonna dry brush the lighter color on it later, but no, yeah.
That's different.
What?
Music is changing. I think we're getting the divorce. It's like this weird, it dies down, and all of a sudden I can hear like a Harley engine throttling up. Ooh. This is a little bit more spicy. There you go. Yeah.
Back at the camera, I see you doing this weird, like, side-to-side jig.
Oh, no, I got the bug dude. But by the way, the only reason we were actually able to do this is because I recently got a new computer, and it works.
What kind of computer did you end up getting, anyways?
What's that?
What kind of computer did you end up getting?
It glows.
Oh boy.
Oh no! Here, check it out. Hang on.
Oh no, I can see the keyboard glowing. I figured it was a gaming computer, but
Oh, that's the computer.
I figured it would look something a little like that.
Oh,
Do you know what specs it has? Like, did you at least get a decent graphics card and a good amount of RAM?
My game's really good. Like I've said before, anyways, the games I play are like Rogue, Total War, the first one. Not like I need something super strong. What I really need it for is for like all my video stuff that I do.
But see, that's more of a, you need good RAM for that than anything else.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to start looking into Blender and whatnot a little bit more, but in that case, anyways, I mean, I went and uploaded the last video that I did, the one that the Broco's Brigade that we actually did. I cut it down to 2.5 hours. I scrubbed the audio as best as I could, which it does sound better. It's just not what I wanted it. It's not as good as I wanted it. But it's 2.5 hours. The whole thing's got a video attached to it along with an audio track, and it took I think something like 30 minutes to download.
Well, that's
if I'd
pretty
done
good.
that on my old computer, it would have taken as long as the video was. It's taken 2.5, 3 hours. When I got done, I was sitting there, I was like, Jesus wept. Yes.
That was me when I started downloading games from for what is it? Friggin' on my Steam account, because it would like downloading a game. because I used to have my RAM was like 16 gigabytes, and I would try downloading a game, and it would take hours if it was over 50 gigabytes, or like an hour. I uninstalled it, reinstalled it on my new computer. Took like 5 minutes.
I uploaded all of my Total War stuff in the course of, I think, of like 10 minutes. But mind you, anyways, those were games, like I said, anyways, they're all old games. Like the original Rome Total War. Then there was Civil War 2. The original Total War Warhammer game. I think they're on 3 now. But yeah, it was just insane watching it. Now it does everything that I want, and I make sure that the kids can't get on it.
Sakura, whatever you do, don't drink the Kool-Aid. That doesn't look like Kool-Aid anymore, my guy.
It did. It really looked delicious.
It did. Now it looks like something that'd be in Nurgle's soup.
I was gonna say, now it looks like something an orc actually would drink. It's like fungus beer.
Do you know that actually exists? Well, it's not called fungus beer, but there's mushroom beer.
Oh yeah. They were talking about pickle beer this morning on the radio.
Looks like
I have not tried it.
I'm curious. I might try
The pickle
not the
beer?
pickle beer. I might try the pickle beer.
What am I gonna do with this? You gotta make this look a little bit different.
I'm back from a very short nap. Welcome back, Caramel.
Hi, cat. That looks pretty cool. Alright. Let's just do that. Get his gun all straight away. Right. We couldn't make. Yeah, this is much different music. It's definitely the orcs. You can hear an orc breathing in the background. Every once in a while, it says.
Both of your voices are soothing. Well, we come from the same family, same lineage, so certainly would hope so.
By the way, on your side, anyways, did anybody watch the The Boys Were Red? Okay, so okay, Colin asked a few questions here. Interesting. I mean, mainly like the cross. I know very little about them. The boys were red and blue. What boys? Oh, in the movie? No, in the movie it's the Ultramarines and the Imperial Fists. Okay, the Chaos guys might have been red. I haven't watched it in a while, man. Yeah, 2014 was kind of about where it was. But yeah, oh, and pickles. So, what they were talking about this morning, it was, they do all sorts of stuff anyways. There's actually pickled beer. There is also, they were taking pickles. Some people, I guess, put pickles in their beer. Which wouldn't shock me. I mean, if you're going to put an orange anyways in your beer, you might as well try it with a pickle. Then there was, I guess anyway, some people actually put it around the rim of a beer glass. Like a thin slice of pickle.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. We were talking about it this morning. I was like, oh, okay.
Don't forget to change the paint water. I should probably do that pretty soon. Actually, what time is it? Yeah, I probably got another half an hour in me.
I was going to say, I figured we'd be wrapping up here in about 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, I could do that.
I did that. I said, how long do you normally do this for? And you were like, no, normally about 2.5 hours. So that would kind of put us right there.
Well, I said 2 hours, but yeah, we started early enough that we can make it work.
I said 2.5.
I said 2.
Like, going crazy?
You're going crazy. I said about 2 hours.
Without Yeah, you said 2 hours now.
Now I want to try
My
black and
wife in the
tan.
background. I'm like, am I going crazy without missing a beat? My wife goes, yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's like, yep.
Did you hear her, by the way?
I think she said yep, right? Yep, you're
No.
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
Tesla's lost the
So what are we
concept of
gonna
time.
do? Let's do another dry brush anyway. So this time we're going to use. So traditionally, anyways, hide behemoth has got kind of like the carapace is black, but it's got like the shading of blue. Well, not blue. It's more of it's like a grayish blue. It's like this color, which is called the Fang. So, Corona, you know the space wolves. They're kind of blue, but it's kind of gray.
Yeah, bluish gray.
Yeah, it's that color. We're going to try dry brushing this one. I have a 0 here.
Right.
Oh, so real quick, anyways, do you have a specific brush that you use for dry brushing?
I do. It's a Citadel one too. Hold on a second. Let me.
I had one that I'd used for years. It was like perfect. I lost it.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
It even says
Kind of a flat
dry.
head. I had a horrible nightmare last night that I was getting set up for this stream, and my girls had gotten a hold of all my paintbrushes and cut off all the brush board.
Oh
I'm
no.
getting ready for everything, and I keep looking at every one of my brushes, and it doesn't have like the crystals on it. I'm like, no, no, no. They wouldn't do that though. They're good.
I had the weirdest dream that somehow Mario Party got freaking combined with Warhammer Tacticus. I don't know
That would be
why.
neat.
Like it was the same concept as Mario Party, but it was like in the setting of Warhammer 40k, and it was different characters from Warhammer 40k Tacticus.
Huh.
I remember because I remember specifically seeing Lucian, the Blood Angel.
Was it funny, Lee?
I mean, must have. Everyone was laughing. I don't know whether that was because it was a fun time or the game was just that stupid.
We'll never know. Because that will never happen.
No. Mario and Warhammer crossover win.
I mean,
see
you
that.
could do that if you wanted to see all of your favorite characters die in Mario, but
Instead of the Bowser space, it's the corn space. It was like, okay, well, now you must fight this champion of corn to the death. Good luck. I was just about to paint something on you too. Oh, no, it's not you I'm painting. It's your teeth. Or the jaw, rather. Not the actual teeth.
all right. Now we've got Doom music going on.
Which Doom?
The movie? Doom?
Oh, the movie. Oh, Dune. Dune music.
Doom. What do you think I said? Oh, Doom.
Doom.
Oh, yeah. What do you think, anyways, of the new one that's coming out?
Dark Ages?
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it. I've already pre-ordered it.
I've heard some people, anyways, have gotten a little bit more hesitant now that the second trailer's come out.
Honestly, the second trailer's made me more excited for it.
Where he's like been activated or something. You're like, oh man, that shouldn't happen or something. I don't know. I'm not really a Doom guy, so
I am very stoked for it. That's all I can say. I literally got Tuesday off just to play it all day.
Reasons to take a day off.
Doom.
Corona? Playing Doom.
Most other games I'd be like, oh, I'll spare like an hour or two to play this game that just came out. Doom? No. All day.
Are you going to live stream the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just like, he's definitely do that. I might swing by and say hi. When's it coming out?
It's coming out for the 14th, but I got the pre-order, the special edition, so it comes with the future DLC, and I get to play it a couple days early.
Oh, cool.
Sakura Sabathon, but it's just him playing Doom. Can't wait to experience Doom vicariously through you. Dry modes is the Necron. Someone made a mod that removes the overcharge already.
They already modded the game. It's not even out yet. Jeez.
Going off work, I got
right?
demons to kill.
Did I hear that right? They've already modded it?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not even out yet.
Is there any other yellow on you that needs to be patched up? Surely not, right? Oh, wait. There's a ton of mods actually. I guess people have gone to experience the game a little early. Whether legally they've gone to experience the game a little early, that's something I'm sure most of them have. Keyword being most.
All right. Well, since we are kind of running out of time, I think I'm going to take these couple dudes. We're going to put them off to the side for right now so we can just finish. At least we can finish at least one guy. You can finish one guy tonight.
You can finish one guy tonight.
Well, you could too. You just have to stop working on the big guy and work on one of the other ones.
I'm already committed at this point.
Right?
And
Have you seen Harold and Kumar Escape to White Castle?
Oh, you're talking about Repo. When did we start talking about Repo?
We haven't been talking about Repo.
I know, that's why I'm confused. Because like, there's tons of mods. Oh,
okay. Okay, that makes more sense. That game's out. I thought you were talking about Doom, the new Doom game.
Maybe you scroll up. Let's see here. I had a dream that someone stole all the wires from my car, and when I woke up that morning, my car in real life didn't start. That's weird. Wait. Okay. The princesses became about toads are orcs. Alright, Doom is this much. Rainbow's Necrons. Can't wait to experience it. Okay, so then where did the talk about Repo come from? I'm so confused. What if we, also hello, welcome back, Berserky. Welcome back to the chat at least. I threw in without thinking before. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Well, that would just seem really weird anyways if they had mods for a game that hasn't even come out yet. Is it close to coming out at least?
Yeah, it's next week.
Oh, next week, right on. Wait, when is it next week?
What do you mean?
What's the date?
The 14th for people who didn't get the pre-order, and the 12th for everyone who did.
Okay.
No, not... Why? Did you think it was getting close to the frickin'...
19th.
No.
No!
Well, first off, we're only on the 6th, so next week would be nowhere near the 19th. Until, like, the end of the week, and even at that point, it wouldn't matter, because I have days to play it beforehand. stop skimming. I mentioned the overcharge part, but then he decided to go immediately into repo. And that's why I was so confused.
We got all that squared away. Now we just got the finishing touches on this bad boy. Then we got to...
Oh, stop making me the bad guy here, Caramel. I did read all the comments. It's just that he made a giant leap from one comment to another that confused the hell out of me.
Confused me too.
Oh, overcharge is a part of the repo beta. Oh, see, that was the key context I was missing. I thought overcharge was a thing that was happening in Doom.
Okay. We can do the final dry brush after we glue them all together. Now, what we're going to end up doing is we got to get... Well, let's give them some teeth. The teeth
I'm not slowing the nogs. I didn't know it was a thing. You can't just like, oh, he's slow, when it's something I didn't even realize was a part of the game. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Anyways, Warhammer. Actually, I think I got the silver just about done, so... Let's try the good old dry brush method with the light silver.
All right. No, we don't want that one. We want the teeny tiny brush. Teeny tiny. All right. There's this bad boy. Let's finish him up. We got the teeth, we got the tongue, we got contrast, and then we're gonna...
We're weaponizing your incompetence. But this time I wasn't incompetent. It was not my fault.
He's looking gnarly, man.
Can I see?
He's got teeth now.
You know, if the camera was any better, I could see.
Can you see?
You know what? Through the wall of pixels, I can kind of see the teeth. I can see the different color. Yes, I get it.
I'll send you a picture when I'm done. You can show people.
Okay. Post in the Discord later.
There we go. This is also another reason why I like to use the black primer. If I got guys with teeth and they're like really finite, you can kind of get away with just getting the tops of them, and it gives it that like black background in it, so it really distinguishes the teeth. All right.
All right, so now we're going to...
While we're at it, I'm gonna actually, since I got this open, I said I was done with the dry brushing. I was gonna wait till it was done, but I'm gonna actually dry brush a little bit of this wraith bone on its claws. Give it a little bit more of a... This is something I actually didn't know until I got these guys. I thought that they had clawed-like feet. They've got hooves.
They got hooves?
They have hooves, yes.
I always thought they had like raptor feet.
Yeah,
not quite.
Same here.
Not quite like
dinosaur
the dramatic one giant large claw, but like, you know, claws.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't pull out much flesh now.
All right. Oh, that looks awesome.
Why is he hairy? This one's not the one that I dropped.
Of course, this won't translate at all on the camera, but that little bit of dry brushing of the copper really brought it out.
I don't know. I told you it worked.
Good. Good call. Good call.
Like I said, I did Orks for a really long time, but they were fantasy, so that and I got started anyways with Warhammer guys actually with one of their other games, which was Lord of the Rings. Because Lord of the Rings had come out. Games Workshop obviously anyway said we could do that. We would make a little models of them. And the Urukai, anyways, that's kind of how you dry brush them. Is that you use like a really dark copper on the bottom of it, and then you would dry brush silver over the top of it. So once I started working with Orks, it's like I bet it would work the other way around too, depending on what you're kind of looking for. That, and then for my black Orks, I figured out anyways that if you use like a silver on just the black, it looks really cool. That's how I got the fallen shield anyways, the way that it was. You got the teeth in there. Oh, he's got a tongue. Now I gotta get the teeth. And I get the contrast, and then we gotta glue them. Sticking on his little thing, and by that point, anyways, I think that's right to the end. So the last for his tongue, anyways, I'm using a really bright red. I'm using quite a few reds. Okay, by the way, he won't technically be done because I'm going to also dry brush his bottom skin, anyways, with this Evil Sun Scarlet, which is what I use for the back of his bulbous head. It'll make, anyways, all of his muscles and scales and stuff, anyways, kind of pop a little bit more. But
Thanks, Charles, you monster. Charles is fine. I don't know what you're talking about. He's having a grand old time.
yeah, that's what I'm definitely getting you anyways for your birthday. I'm going to give you some googly eyes. For Charles.
Also, how did you hear boobs instead of hooves?
I did not say boobs. I said hooves.
I know you said hooves. I repeated what you said. Like, I know this is my channel we're talking about, but come on, guys. I don't say that word all the time.
Wrong word. Not one that's really brought up.
He has two he has two black eyes. What do you mean he's fine? He's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Go for the tricky plot.
I love the fact that I've got like all this bland yellow, and then there's just like one part that's highly detailed. Because I was talking to my wife and I wasn't listening properly to your video. That's no excuse.
I figured he was distracted because he was eating pickles. This is what he told me.
You're giving us two different stories. Wait a minute. You're giving us two different stories. Hold on here.
All right. Oh, and by the way, a shout out for your niece there, Sakrona. She has been practicing all year anyways for the talent show. Remember how I told you I asked you if you could do the guitar part for Ed Sheeran? Sheridan?
Yeah.
Aaron, that's his name. Right. Which is actually part of The Hobbit. And she has officially made it to round 2 of the tryouts.
Oh, nice.
She's never done before. So yeah. She's got a tryout coming here on the 22nd. Yeah, so we're all pretty stoked for that. This is kind of what it looks like here. Can you notice how the white's gone?
Mm-hmm.
Get all fuzzy stuff.
Okay, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
I'll take a picture and send it to you guys. I'm done. But
No, I'm eating multitasking.
you're multitasking?
Apparently, Colin's multitasking.
Oh, Colin?
Yeah, I'm not multitasking. You think I can multitask?
No, actually.
That's why my chat always dies halfway through my streams, because I end up getting so distracted by the game that I stop acknowledging chat as much. At least I'm assuming that's why chat all of a sudden just dies most of the time.
There are other reasons. I mean,
I'm not
that's the
blaming
reason.
them. I understand if I start getting a bit distracted, but... Can you even task? I can task. Kinda.
And now my music has gotten really weird. Now it sounds like some guy's hawking a loogie in the background.
Some more orcs then?
I don't know. Or Nurgle.
Let's all play the Nurgle anthem.
Hey, my saw, I farted. Nurgle.
I'm here and I talk to you all the time. I know you do, Caramel, and that's why chat doesn't actually die. It just except for when you are playing in a VC with me, in which case then you're not here to talk to in the chat. In which case the chat usually dies at that point. My efforts are dead to you. Just like Caramel. You know, I tried to backtrack and it's like, nope, you've already gone down the path. You're already screwed.
How long have you guys been doing this shtick?
What's Jack?
Oh, the whole... What is me? You don't care about me. I really do care about you.
That's a good question.
Bouncing back and forth.
I don't know. It seems to be her
You can do
go-to
with this
gimmick.
shtick. Not, I'm sorry, but
It seems to be her go-to shtick, and then I'm just, it's her shtick, and then it's me actually just going, no, stop it, stop bad-mouthing me. I do care. No, shush. Confound it. We gathered to
Alright.
mourn loss of Seth's pride and respect. Oh shit. Hales is onto me. Yep.
what's up?
Apparently you figured her out. You figured out her entire shtick, and I just painted the top of my cap. Cool, great.
It wasn't hard. You guys do it every stream.
You know she gets away with it too, because she's one of my favorite people.
Alright. Now we're going to let that dry a little bit, and we're going to work on this gun, and then we're going to glue them all together. Oh, I forgot about his little arm here. He's got one little part. We're working the camera.
I'm sorry, Des, but your brother's just fun to mess with. To be fair, I am very easy to mess with, so it's understandable.
You're harder to mess with when people are actually looking at you, though.
What was that?
I said you're harder to mess with when people actually are looking at you. You know, like face to face.
Yeah, I'm on top of my
Because
game at that point. It's because I can actually read the situation a lot better. And I know,
Well, yeah,
this
like
is a teasing. This is a teasing
yeah.
situation. I could tease back then, versus online when it's just text.
Why do you hate me? It's like
I don't hate
What?
you, you
how
idiot.
did we It's like, how did we get here? I said, how's it going? And then the response is, you hate me. It's like, okay.
Where do I go from here?
There's nowhere to go from here. But up.
And to be fair, he messes me too. If he stops, I'll stop. It's true. I do tend to mess with her. Fair is fair.
So this guy, we're gonna put like a little bit more of it on there. It's gonna go over that.
He never stops.
If you see what I'm doing here, anyways, is that remember how we painted the inside of this with that Caliban green? Now we're going over the whole thing, anyways, with the striped scorpion green, and it should. So I put it on pretty thick there, but that's fine because I'm gonna keep using that spot anyway to take paint from. I'm gonna come down through here, put a little bit more of this so that we can get a little bit more of that white in there. So it looks a little bit more like neon, sickly green. There you are. Right. That's all you need right there. Just like painting happy trees. Did you ever watch Bob Ross?
I did not. I've seen clips of Bob Ross though. I've seen people try to paint along with Bob Ross. It's kind of hilarious. Most of the time they're freaking.
Did you see the Deadpool one?
Yeah, I did.
Yes. So
That
we're
orc
just
really
going back over this because I didn't like that it kind of was super like bright, so we're just making them a little bit darker here. It's fine. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the eyeballs, I think, and then we're gonna glue them. And then we're gonna put them on his stand, which is over here. And then I think we will be done for tonight.
I'm just trying to finish this little gold plating in the back real quick of his little pack here. His little pack. The giant pack with the steam vents. And then I might
I
color
got this little itty bitty 5/0 brush for his eyeballs. But for those folks that are watching out there that are painting, if you don't have one of those little tiny brushes, what I used to do for my orcs is I used a toothpick. You use a toothpick and you can just kind of finely dot in there. Right. All right, now it's time. Sorry, what were you saying there, Seth? Or Sakrona?
I was just saying that I'm trying to finish. I'm gonna do the base color copper for the tubing. Maybe to add a little bit of just the tiniest bit of the Black Templar to it. So it's not like insultingly copper. Well, no, I'll just try the copper by itself on this vents. But first, I'm gonna paint this little section right here.
So it's well, I thought you were gonna say. But first, a word from our sponsors.
This stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Okay.
What the hell happened? Did we not just explode out of the top? You ever had that happen before to you?
No, I've never had it explode on the top on me.
Blue just kind of popped out there. Ah! She said, I get one. All right. Now he's looking better here. So let's do that. I'm gonna clean off the top of this. For some reason, I didn't have it upside down or nothing. What kind of glue do you use?
I think I have a specific Citadel plastic glue that I got. I'll look in just a moment. Yes, Rasuki, what's up?
Heavy little accidents and trees. Yep, Bob Ross. Right, Colin.
Happy little accident, just like my life.
Well, you kind of were an accident, if I recall, right?
That's why I keep telling people I was the accident. I came in 5 years after my next brother, and they weren't even expecting me. So I just tell people I'm the Bob Ross of the family. I was the happy little accident.
You need curly hair, then, dude.
No, what I meant was I'm the happy little accident.
All right, we got our base. By the way, if Ezra if you end up watching this, thank you for the Necrons. I will be painting those at some point. If you by any chance have the bases for them, next time I'm down there, I'd appreciate it. I was like pulled them out of the box. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I was getting super stoked, and I was like, how am I gonna set them up? I had no bases. All right. Goes in here. And the other here goes in here. Okay. No!
I should have dry brushed the copper on here, it turns out. That actually would have been really cool. Because I'm looking at the front's like the perfect color. And then you look at the back, and the back's like super copper.
Yeah, I never would have thought that I would use copper as much as I do. It's a great color for these guys.
Oh, for the
Orcs
Necrons?
especially.
I mean, not the Necrons, the Tyranids?
No, not the Tyranids. They have, it's almost kind of sad. They don't have any metal colors. But, no, with the Orcs.
Oh yeah, no,
really
copper is a perfect color for the Orcs.
Perfect, yeah. Well, that's annoying. Well, now I've got a blue circle on my face. Well, thanks for doing this, there, Rona.
Well, thank you for suggesting it. I'm gonna see if I can remove some of this.
You know, I always kind of wanted to do this with you when you started painting. It was just, I never had a computer that could do it.
Oh, there we go. I just took the dry brush and just went over the back of it. Well, now I've removed too much. Great. Here, grab.
Remove too much, please?
Yeah, because I went with the dry brush and started just kind of dry brushing over the top of it. But it got wet at some point.
Okay, wait a minute. You said anyways you glue everything together before. Is that even before you prime? Or
Yeah.
You prime first.
No, I prime after they're glued.
Oh, interesting.
The concept is because of the fact that I want to make sure they actually stay glued together.
I get it.
The paint would get in the way of the glue is what I'm afraid of. That's at least what the suggestion.
Right. I gotta glue these two guys on at the same time, which is really terrifying. There are no rebel friends now.
All right. right, so the last little bit I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this jaw done and also try to get that list more yellow. Summarize this entire stream, more yellow. At least from my perspective.
You could rename it more yellow. Okay. We can fix it later. There is.
Of course, thank you guys for watching said art. You've been a fantastic audience, even if part of it towards the end was just bullying the streamer.
Saying that he likes his eclectic, happy attitude, Bob Ross. Colin, did you by any chance watch the Netflix special on him?
Netflix special on Bob Ross? No.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was one on him.
He got screwed over.
Oh,
apparently.
I saw a video on that actually. Not the special, but I did see a video on that, and that really sucked.
It was interesting, to say the least. It could have been a lot shorter. I mean, the first, 15, 20 minutes of it was really interesting because they just kind of went through the history of who Bob Ross is. No! Why isn't that going in?
We all live in a yellow orc thing. I get it. He's very yellow. It's the Bad Moon's whole shtick. Is they're yellow. Is they're the rich orcs. Also, they really like exploding things. You think he's yellow now? Wait until I dry brush the flash gets yellow on them. Then he's really going to be yellow.
Pulling this guy together is really annoying. The fingers are too fat.
You know, I only did one coat for the frickin' rope, the straps on his hammer. I think that's all I really needed. It looks really good, actually. I'm surprised on how well that turned out. Boom boom? Yes, lots of boom boom. I have to check the hammer on. Bogarts, what color is very end? Thing? That's also yellow. Why is it all yellow? Why does everything on you have to be yellow? I know that's a dumb rhetorical question. Don't answer that, anyone. It's gonna have the withering, don't worry. Banana! Now we're just saying words that are yellow. Lemon.
This is what he ends up looking like, folks.
That actually turned out really cool.
So take a picture. Why do I have no cameras that work?
Welcome to the life of a streamer. It never works the way it's supposed to.
No, I mean my phone. Like, of all things, that's the one that should work. It's all foggy. All right. One down, 9 to go. Now, let me go ahead and send that to you via text so you can actually see what it looks like. I need to get a better camera. If you can actually see at least what it looks like, because that like pretty darn cool at the end there.
All right, well, I really want to like finish. Get rid of that real quick.
Well, folks, it's been fun. Thank you, Synchrona, for doing this with me. We ran a little bit longer than we thought.
It was a good time. So,
did you get done with everything you wanted to get done?
no.
No, me neither. I was hoping to at least get 2 of these guys done, but painting always takes us a little bit longer than thinking. But it always works out in the end. What's your guy look like now?
So far, the only major details I've gone so far
is
is
looking
the
pretty sick, even through computer screen that I'm seeing there. That's
And then-
turning out pretty good.
trying to finish up. I'm gonna have to, before I go to sleep, go over this at least one more time to really settle that in, and this down here.
The yellow?
Other than that, he's starting to come out pretty well. Then I'm gonna dry brush the flash skates yellow and then start working on the withering after that.
What are you going to shade the yellow?
Sorry, what was that?
What are you going to shade the yellow?
No, I'm gonna dry brush the yellow. So just go over these bits on the top right here with this lighter yellow.
Oh, okay. You got a lighter yellow? Yeah, that's you. You always go lighter. I was like, are you going to use like a darker yellow or maybe even a light orange? Nope. We're going to blind everyone who looks at that thing.
Ah.
But
Yeah.
it's just the base of it. So, I mean, whatever you plug in there anyways, it's kind of... Oh, there he is. And there's that boom thing we were talking about.
Yes. This
Well, for everybody
this is
that
not the
showed up-
boom. The boom is actually here. I can show it off real quick. Ah. This extends.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
It extends enough. Trust me. No, opening it up.
Okay.
Takes a little. It does extend quite far.
So for everybody that watched my side of the stream, which was pretty much everybody that was on your stream that took pity on me, went over to my side. Thank you. So pretty much Trap, Flatter Guy, and who's the other guy that popped on? Oh, Koku showed up for a minute or two. Much appreciated. Colin, right?
Colin.
That's the Ladder Guy. Colin, anyway. So if you could give me a comment or something, anyways, letting me know what you want us to talk about for a month, we will go ahead and start working on that. Like I said before, we just did the Black Templars. I know they're kind of your favorite, but you can kind of check to see, anyways, what ones we've already done. If it's something, anyways, that we've done recently, I'll probably ask you to pick something different. But if it's something that we haven't done in a long time, like for instance, if you said, I don't know, if you picked the Necrons, that was the very first one we did, and we haven't talked about them in 2 years. So if it's or Space Wolves, that's another one that we haven't done in forever. And Euxton, anyways, would like so giddy if you wanted to listen to Alpha Legion again. It's his favorite thing, and he just got done reading the Alfarius book. So, but yeah, just let me know in the comments, anyways. Super appreciate, anyways, you being a member. Synchrona, thanks for doing this. Like I said, anyways, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Just haven't had a computer that could actually do it. maybe we could do it again anyways. Maybe when we're done with the next Bilko's Brigade, we could do another one, and that one I'll do something different other than a Tyrion. We've got some Tal that I'm working on, but I was thinking more along the lines of maybe like 80 or so. You know, something a little bit different. I mean, part of me thinks anyways, because you guys are going to run into, you probably end up running into some orcs too, because you're going to the Octarius sector, but you have orcs. Euxton has orcs. And if that all fails anyway, Euxton has my old fantasy orcs. So I think we're covered on the orcs.
Yeah, we got enough orcs.
But yep, that's kind of all I got. What's your I'll let you do your conclusion intro anyways, where you do the whole lock off thing. But for anybody who's wondering anyways, this is the Corona who has popped on a couple of times with us, and take it away.
And for everyone who's watching from my end, I will probably be playing Repo this Saturday, and then pretty much all next Monday and Tuesday is just going to be Doom. So get ready for that. But yeah, no.
Comes for that. I am dropping anyways on Saturday. We are doing a premiere for a first segment on Lorgar. If anybody of you guys don't know who Lorgar is, he's the Primarch of the Word Bearers. He's the guy that ruined the Imperium. And on top of that anyways, built the Ecclesiarchy and came up with the chaplains. So he's pretty important.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. We ended up, so normally our script anyways, you put in my scripts anyways, they're normally about 20 pages, and then it's about an hour to an hour and a half long. Originally our script started out as 75 pages, and then we cut it down to 55. So we have about 4 hours of audio anyways on Lorgar, starting from his birth to him in the 42nd millennium. So we go over quite a bit. And we are splitting it on YouTube anyways for at least 2 boxes. But the one that we're doing after that, you might actually be interested in, Sakrona, because we're asking the most important question in 40K. Who's worse, Erebus or Corfera? We're gonna kick the crap out of both of them. So it'll be fun. But like I said, take it away, Sakrona.
Like I said, mostly do gaming stuff over here, and I'm trying to get back into painting. I'm trying to get back into doing Wednesday streams, and if I do more Wednesday streams, it's going to be more painting, essentially, because I really want to get my orcs done. I would like to play a game of 40K. I have so many orcs. I have so many orcs I also want to get, and I really just want to play the game. Orcs are ludicrously fun, and now I'm actually interested in the game, it'd be fun to actually play them. That being said, thank everyone so much for watching us sit here paint 2 grown men painting figurines. And we love all of your faces, and you all have a wonderful night. And as always, stay safe, stay awesome. Both streams, there's 2 cameras I'm looking at right now. And as always, until next time, rock on!